everyone, my name is Uche Namisoma Stacy. I am in nursing department and I'm here to talk about a novel named The Leader Who Had No Title by Sharma. This is a motivational book that emphasizes that anyone can be a leader regardless of their job, title, or position. The story talks about a businessman named Blake who meets four mentors that taught him valuable lessons about leadership, personal development, and achieving greatness. So Blake is a frustrated businessman who meets a mysterious man named Tommy Flynn. Tommy Flynn also introduced him to the idea that anyone can be a leader, no matter who you are, no matter where you're from, no matter the title you have. Blake. So moving on to chapter two, that chapter two talks about when Tommy introduced Blake to leadership. He told him all what leadership was all about. He introduced him to the idea that anyone can be a leader, no matter their role, title, or position. Tommy talked to Blake about what leadership was all about and how one can be a leader without him or her having a title. He made him know that everyone has the ability to lead by taking responsibility for their actions and sticking to make a positive impact wherever they are. So Blake wanted to know the meaning of LWT because he saw Tommy wearing a necklace and LWT was written on the necklace. This was when Tommy told him about meeting with the four special teachers that will tell him more about the LWT stuff. Chapter 3 of You Don't Need a Title to Be a Leader. Tommy spends a day teaching Blake about leadership and introduces him to the four teachers who will share the key lessons from Lead Without a Title philosophy, which was LWT. Tommy emphasizes that leadership is for everyone, not just those with high-ranking positions, but other people that does not have title. He stresses the importance of self-leadership, money disciplines, and continuous self-improvement. At a graveyard meeting at 5 a.m., Blake learns about the 10 human regrets, which was a warning against wasted potentials, urging personal responsibility for one's life. He also learns the power of small daily disciplines, which was success comes from consistent efforts over time. Blake then uncovers a golden tablet in the second grave, revealing the 10 human victories, symbolizing the reward of embracing leadership without a title. The chapter reinforces that effort, responsibility, and a strong mindset lead to true success. Chapter 4 talks about the time when Tommy took Blake to visit one of the first four teachers named Anna. Anna has a strong understanding about what it truly means to be a leader and what the whole lead without a title concept actually means. Anna talked to Blake more about this LWC stuff. Blake was worried that what if after embracing all this philosophy and he failed? What if he cannot do it? What if what he has been learning doesn't work? Anna then made him to understand that you learn to walk by failing, you learn to lead by trying. that every wrong step brings you closer to the perfect step. Anna gave Blake a red napkin, telling him to read what was inside. The words written on the napkin was the four natural powers. The four natural powers allows Blake to understand that anyone can lead effectively without needing a formal title or position of authority. Anna then told Blake about the five rules that will make him remember that he need no title to be a leader. They were neatly summarized by the acronym named IMAGE. The I in the image stands for innovation, which means a creative way of making everything a whole lot better than you found it. The M in the image stands for mastery, which means putting your best in whatever you do, being so good that people cannot ignore you. The A in the image stands for authenticity, which means being real in whatever you do or say. The G stands for God's, which means you need to be courageous in whatever you do. The E stands for ethics, which means doing what is right, being honest in whatever you do. So, chapter 5 talks about when Blake was going to meet the second teacher. He was going to share the second principle of lead without a title philosophy, which was turbulent times build great leaders. Tommy made Blake understand that challenges create opportunities for growth and transformation, that hard conditions are nothing more than chances to become brave and courageous. The name of the second mentor is T.Y. Boyd. He is a Sky Pro. He talked about confronting your fear before it eats you up. Doing the things you are scared to do is what really makes you a leader. Hard times are the best opportunities to show leadership. T.Y. shared his five rules with Blake, which are the five things to do while practicing the lesson. Turbulent times build great leaders. This was the second of the four principles that makes up a lead without a title philosophy. The acronym was SPARK. So, S in the word spark is speak with candor, which means being honest, truth-filled, and an inspirational communicator. P in the word spark means priorities, which means focusing on the important ones before the others. A is adversity breeds opportunity, which means hard times carries greater opportunities. R is respond versus react, which means responding when turbulence or hard times come. K is kudos to everyone, which means encouragement to the efforts of others. So moving on to chapter 6. This was when Tommy took Blake to meet the third teacher at the new public library. Their conversation was going to be on the deeper a relationship, the stronger the leadership. The name of the third mentor is Jackson Chan. Jackson talked about the need in which individual has to shift from victimhood into being before an initiative leader. He talked about growing great relationship with people, whether worker at the bookstore or with customer as your number one priority. You will have all the success and happiness in your career. He also told Blake that as a leader, it is part of his job to bring out the greatness in people who have not seen the greatness in them. That if he wants to win, he has to help others to achieve their goals and win too. Jackson talked about the three principles that will make Blake remember the powerful rules he had been talking about, which was human. H in the word human stands for helpfulness, which means that according to Jackson, always do more than what you are paid or compensated for, and be completely and extremely helpful. U stands for understanding, which means as a good leader, you must master the art of deep listening, really paying attention to people and understanding people. M stands for mingle, which means to be a good leader, you should be able to mingle or connect with your teammates and should build relationship with your customers. A in the word human stands for amuse, which means developing a fun and enjoyable work environment, having fun while doing great work and help you boost your productivity. N stands for nurture, which means caring deeply for relationships, being awesomely nice. So chapter 7 talks about when Tommy introduced Blake to Jet Priestley, a renowned massage therapist who will share the final principle of the lead without a title philosophy. The fourth leadership conversation talks about to be a great leader, first become a great person. Jet told Blake that to make his company rise, you have to awaken your inner leaders and play at your absolute best. He also told him that before unlocking the best in others, in his teammates, he has to unlock the best in himself. The final lesson is all about personal leadership, which means that you have to lead yourself first before you can get to the place where you can lead other people. Jets also told Blake about a principle for personal leadership, which had the acronym called SHINE. S in the word SHINE is see clearly, which means developing self awareness to see clearly without the distortion of fears and doubts. H in the world means health is wealth, which means that you also have to exercise and stay physically strong. Physical health should also be part of your priority. I is inspiration matters, which means that as a leader, you have to refill your well for you have to refill your well of inspiration every day because the challenge of life will drain it every day. Your passion and creativity should be filled with inspiration. N is neglect not your family, which means having strong relationship with loved ones. Feeling cared for and loved by your family is such a powerful accelerator for your leadership and personal success. E is elevate your lifestyle, which means enjoying life while focusing on who you become as a person. Do something every day to improve your lifestyle. Okay, so moving on to the last chapter, which is the conclusion. This chapter talks about the death of Blake mentor named Tommy Flynn. Tommy quite struggled with cancer, but nobody noticed it because he preferred to focus on helping others until his last moment. His passing left a heavy hole in Blake's heart, and on Tommy's funeral, friends and family shared stories stating how cheerful he is, his deep love for his late wife, and his gifts towards his children and other children. Tommy's funeral Tommy's funeral was attended by many who respected him, showcasing the deep impact he had on the lives of others through his kindness, mentorship, and the philosophy of leading without a title. This is to show that true leadership is being recognized and highly respected by those whose lives have been touched.